I finally got my forgotten Home Apothecary book of 250 Powerful Remedies. Hello, hello, good afternoon, good evening, my brothers, my sisters. I pray you are having an awesome day. And if you are not, then I pray that it gets better. I am just so excited. I just got to get a little head start on this. I'm going to give you all a full update. But I've been seeing so many TikTok commercial videos about this book. I just had to purchase it. I am not sponsored. I just wanted to really just get the book. And because I'm trying to start my own apothecary, I just wanted to get this book and see what it says. I just think we need all the books of knowledge about herbs and herbal supplements that we can get right now, just in case the cost of our medications rise so high that we cannot afford them. Or something happens with shipping and we're not able to get the medications. I just feel that we need to educate ourselves to the best of our ability about herbs, supplements, vitamins, and minerals that possibly take the place of some of the medications that we constantly use right now. Now, one of the main things I keep seeing when it comes to the negative reviews is it does not take the place of medicine. Now, I don't know why people would think that it would take the place of all the medicines, but it is supplemental. But in the event you don't have the medicine, then what else are you going to do? Wouldn't you want to try it? But then, as I'm reading the first page, the very first thing, disclaimer. A lot of people do not want to read. But the disclaimer says, do not read or use this book without fully reading and accepting this disclaimer. And the very first thing it says, not a substitute for medical treatment. Consult healthcare professionals. Not a substitute for medical treatment. Consult healthcare professionals. Medical name warning. It says use with caution. It has child safety warnings, pregnancy and nursing warnings, individual reactions, and a couple of the comments were talking about how this book and these herbs did not have anything to do with reactions or didn't say anything. But it actually does. And in the disclaimer, it talks about individual reactions. It talks about liability and medical advice disclaimer. Now, what I love that Dr. Nicole did was she basically put together this book about her 30 years of experience. And then when she was diagnosed with MS, she just wanted to make sure that other people had information that she had to help better herself in hope that it can help better us. Now, what works for her? Is it going to work for us? We don't know, but we can still try it. But I always love to read about the author of the book. So I love how she puts this part in here about her life. And did you know that she was one of the women on the TV show? And she did it with MS, surviving. I forgot the name of the show. Nature Skills or something like that. But she survived a long length of time with having MS. And that is phenomenal. Also, she has a link in the bottom of the book so that you can ask her questions. Now, how many authors do that? Give you access to them personally so that you can ask them questions pertaining to this book. Not only that, you can join her survival crew. So When it comes to the index, a lot of people said that she did not give specific herbs. Okay, well, maybe she didn't, but she categorized it so that you will know what system. These herbs are for the cardiovascular system. These are by the digestive system. These herbs are for detox, the respiratory system, the nervous system. They are in color. They are very pretty. And they give you the page number according to what you're looking for. And that's all throughout the book. Auditory and visual system, immune system, musculoskeletal health, skin problem and wounds, personal care products, endocrine system, urinary system, reproductive system. I love how she breaks it down by the system. Normally when you see on the TikTok commercials and you see some of the others, a lot of people go so fast with trying to show you about the book that you don't get an opportunity to really see it up close and personal. Yes, this is the Forgotten Home Apothecary book. Can you manage all the AI summaries in the settings? Invite. Hello, everyone who joined. The introduction. It gives you guidance, practical tips, wisdom with blending the different herbs. And another section that I absolutely love because I'm trying to start my own apothecary is this section. It's storage, and it gives different ways to store your herbs. Your how-tos is what I call this page. It tells the how-to and the why of how you should store and preserve your different herbs. So it tells you about removing moisture, the storage containers, what type of storage containers you should store your herbs in, and then it gives you the why. If you are a why person like me, always wanting to know the why behind something, I love this section. So, for instance, storage container. Once the herbs are completely dry, store them in an airtight container. Ensure the jars are clean and completely dry before adding the herbs. So in case you want to know why they need to dry, it tells you here. To prevent mold. And then if you have a question about plastic, well, why can't I use the plastic instead of the glass? It has here. Avoid plastic as it can trap moisture and degrade the herbs. Then, just in case you're wondering about the size, choose jars that are appropriately sized for the quantity of herbs you're storing and leaving minimal airspace. So it tells why. She also goes on to tell you about labeling and why you need to label to help keep track of freshness and potency. Darkness, light can degrade the quality of herbs over time. Temperature and humidity. High temperatures and exposure to humidity can cause herbs to deteriorate and lose their flavor and medicinal properties. So I love how she tells you the why. Hello, Castro Stephanie, 247 Sunshine 4. Hello, sis. Hi. I am going over this book, you all, The Forgotten Home Apothecary, 250 Powerful Remedies at your fingertips. And I'm going over what I'm just learning tonight. I just got the book today. I'm so excited. So I kind of like to just first read about the author and read the beginning and then go with maybe different things that I want to learn about first and then read the others. So I'm just letting you all know something that I'm doing. Temperature, humidity, grinding and processing. Grind herbs into powder or smaller pieces only when you're ready to use them. Again, she tells the why. Freezing herbs. Some herbs can be frozen. How do you keep them? In airtight containers or freezer bags and label them with the date. Checking for freshness. Because sometimes we keep things and we don't check for the freshness, and she tells why. for signs of mold, for odors, for discoloration. If you notice any of these, discard them and properly store. Should be no color change or bad smells. Then she has a remember, different herbs may have a slightly different storage requirements. So not all herbs have the same storage requirements. And so far, that's all I've gotten. I just got it about an hour ago. And then I'm going to go in further and I'll give you all an update. But instead of just doing a quick version like everybody else does on TikTok Shop, I wanted to go part by part just to let you know more about this book. I am not sponsored, once again, by this book. I just love the knowledge that she gives inside of this book. Is this the one all be all? No, it's not. I think we should have many, many books of knowledge with foraging, with herbs, with vitamins, with minerals. Because when our electronic devices are off, i.e. blackout, power outage, then we need something to reference. And that's why I think having books, actual books, are very important. And it's just something about having the book and then writing in the book, highlighting the information. It just helps you to remember the information more. So I just wanted to give you all that for tonight. And I will let you all know a little bit more about it tomorrow, as this is going to be part of my reading pleasure for tonight. You all have a blessed night and try to be a healthy and better you. Be 1% better tomorrow than you were today. I love you, but God truly loves you more. Have a great evening and thank you all for joining me.